Lotanna loved pretending to cook. He mixed toothpaste, sugar, and pepper into a cup and called it Super Chef sauce. His mother would laugh. But that night, something magical happened. As moonlight poured through his window, a golden card floated down and landed on his bed. It shimmered with glowing letters. The Master Chef's choice. Only the pure shall cook the meal that pleases heaven. Lotanna's eyes widened. The card began to glow brighter, and then a door of light appeared. Without thinking twice, Lotanna stepped through. Lotanna landed softly on a glowing marble floor. The whole place smelled like warm honey and freshly baked bread. Then came a tall man in a white coat and golden apron stepping forward. His smile was kind and gentle, and he said,
"Welcome to the Sanctification's kitchen. I am the Master Chef, and I've been expecting you."
You've been expecting me? But I didn't even know I was coming!
But every good cook knows when an ingredient is ready to be used.
Ingredient? Wait, am I the ingredient?
In a way, before God can use a person for something special, he must clean and prepare them just like we prepare ingredients before cooking.
With a graceful wave, the chef summoned a golden sifter the size of a trampoline. Inside it were lumps of flour, mixed with pebbles and bits of dirt. He shook it gently, and the clean flour fell through like soft snow.
See this? This is how sanctification works. God removes what doesn't belong: anger, pride, jealousy. So what's left is pure and ready.
Lotanna's eyes shone. He said,
Like when you clean rice before cooking?
Exactly. Now, let's begin your own refining.
Before Lotanna could ask how, the floor beneath him wobbled, and suddenly, he was standing inside a giant mixing bowl. Flour drifted down from above like snowflakes. Lotanna laughed, spinning around.
Wow! This is the best kitchen ever! I feel like dessert!
Just then, something sticky landed on his shoulder with a plop. He looked down, a chunk of slimy dough clung to him. He groaned, trying to shake it off. The Master Chef smiled and said,
That, my boy, is leftover gunk bad habits and wrong thoughts that cling to your heart.
So how do I get rid of it?
You don't. I do. But you must let me.
A gentle whirlpool of light swirled around Lotanna, lifting the sticky bits away. When it stopped, Lotanna looked at himself. His clothes sparkled like morning dew, and even his hair seemed shinier.
Congratulations. You've just been sifted and stirred.
You mean I'm part of heaven's recipe now?
Exactly. But sanctification doesn't stop here. Now it's time to learn how to stay pure.
Before Lotanna could ask what he meant, the chef clapped his hands, and the kitchen began to spin. A swirl of colors filled the air as Lotanna was whisked away into another dimension. Lotanna blinked and found himself standing in the middle of a glowing city. Floating cars glided silently above streets made of crystal glass. Lotanna spun around, wide-eyed to see an elderly man floating toward him. He said,
Whoa! It's like the future! Where am I now?
I am Professor Theophilus, and you, young Lotanna, have entered the place where hearts learn to shine.
You mean this is still part of the kitchen?
Everything that belongs to the Master Chef is connected. This city shows what happens when people let God change them one good choice at a time.
Lotanna watched glowing children run through the streets. Wherever they stepped, flowers grew from the pavement. Professor Theophilus explains,
Sanctification means becoming more like Jesus. It doesn't happen all at once. Every time you forgive, obey, or choose what's right, your light grows stronger.
So it's like leveling up your heart?
Exactly, a spiritual upgrade. Each day, your soul becomes more beautiful.
Suddenly, an alarm rang through the city. A dark cloud began to spread across the sky.
What's happening?
When people stop obeying or start doing wrong, Sin clouds their hearts. But watch this.
He pressed a glowing button on his robe. Instantly, a wave of golden light rushed through the streets.
That's repentance. When we say sorry to God, He forgives and makes us clean again.
Like when the master chef cleaned me in the bowl.
Exactly. The master chef removes the gunk, and the Spirit helps you stay pure.
Lotanna looked up at the shining towers. He said,
I want to live like that. Clean, glowing, ready for God to use me.
Then you already are on your way, my boy. Sanctification begins when your heart says yes.
The master chef placed his hands on Lotanna's shoulder while they talked, and suddenly they faded into light. When Lotanna opened his eyes again, he was back in his bedroom. The soft glow of the evening lamp filled the room, and his Bible lay open on the table. He blinked and rubbed his eyes. Had it all been a dream? Then he noticed something shining faintly beside him, the golden spoon from the celestial kitchen. He picked it up, and the words of the master chef echoed gently in his mind.
A vessel of honor isn't made of gold, it's made of a pure heart.
Lotanna smiled. He looked at his Bible, still open to 2 Timothy 2:21, and whispered the words aloud.
If anyone cleanses himself, he will be a vessel for honor, prepared for every good work.
He sat quietly for a moment, thinking. The kitchen, the mixing bowl, the glowing city, all of it had been more than just a dream. It was a lesson. Lotanna sat, clutching the spoon like a treasure. And he said aloud,
I get it now. Being the master chef's choice isn't about being perfect. It's about letting him clean me, teach me, and use me.
What message appeared on the golden card that landed on Lotanna's bed? B. The master chef's choice. Only the pure shall cook the meal that pleases heaven. What lesson did the master chef teach Lotanna using the golden sifter? C. That God removes things like anger, pride, and jealousy to make our hearts pure. What did the sticky dough in the mixing bowl represent? B. Leftover gunk, bad habits, and wrong thoughts. According to Professor Theophilus, what does sanctification mean? B. Becoming more like Jesus through good choices and obedience. What truth did Lotanna realize at the end of the story? B. That being chosen is about letting God clean, teach, and use Him for good works.